This is the July Junk Journal Challenge 2025. Let's go creating. Hi everyone. Thank you for tuning into my channel for day 8 of the July Junk Journal Challenge 2025 and for another day for me for the 100-day project. I believe I'm at day 33, I think. I can't remember. Anyway, today's prompt is words. We use many words all the time, and especially in junk journals, but we don't use them so much as a full-on decoration. And that's what I want to do. Like, we use words as like an inspiration, or like as words in the journal that we are, like, while we're writing in the journal. But as a decoration is very limited. So that is what I want to do today. I want to create a word, and I'm actually building on to yesterday's prompt, which was stamp it. And I don't know if you've watched yesterday's video, but I made a steampunk cluster collage of gears and flowers. So this has been the full inspiration of the journal I'm working on, and I finished it. There's a lot of gold in it. There's all the gears. It's very pretty. You'll have to check out the video to see how I did it. So I want to build on to that. This just on itself is wonderful, but I want to make something that where I can hang it into the journal, and I will put a pocket underneath, because there was the piece of watercolor paper that we had not used. The paper was too big to fit in the stamping platform yesterday, so I have a piece left after I had smushed the Distress inks on here. So what I want to create today, and this should not have come out yet. So I have a couple of different pieces of watercolor paper just in case I need it, because I might need more than just this. So I have another piece that's a little smaller, and I have another piece that's, again, like, this is just a square. I have a couple of stencils, and we're going to use the stencils in a different way, and I'll show you. So I have just letters, and then one with big openings, and I have a piece of black cardstock that I'm going to use as a backing for this, that I can glue everything onto. And then that'll be the back of the piece that we're creating. Hopefully it's going to go how I am envisioning it. So what I have in mind is I want to put this onto a piece of black paper, and then create a pocket kind of right there out of this, and maybe, like, if it'll work, make another pocket right there. Yeah, catching my drift. So this would be the main piece, and then it would waterfall down. Or we can go this way, where that is the top, then that, and then this as the bottom piece, which would also work. but this is too big to be a full pocket. So I think it'll just be fine with just the 2 pockets. And then this, and then this right on there as well. So that's where I want to go with this. I'm not going to glue quite yet. First, I want to create my pieces. So I have this, and I am going to cut this down as well. All right, I have my pieces, so I can create the words. Now the word I want to create is create. And this is the perfect size for this. So I am going to use this stencil, and I'm going to use this stencil, and I'm also going to use this stencil because we got to stay within the steampunk area. So first we're going to smush our paper so that it is going to look like this. And so I have them upside down even. I have peacock feathers, speckled egg, and antique linen. I have my other pieces as well, so I can use those to smush up any more ink that is on there, but I'm not going to use nearly as much as what I did yesterday. Maybe I will. We'll see. I have my water here as well. I definitely want lots of the antique linen. I don't think I had enough yesterday. And I think I want lots of the speckled egg as well. I may put another piece right there. There we go. Then we are going to spritz it with water. There. And then we'll just pick up some color. Oh, it did way better than it did yesterday. Let me pick up the rest of it too, because we'll be able to use it somewhere else. You never know when you need a good piece of smushed watercolor paper. This one's not that pretty. All right, I'm just going to dry this. So they're all dry, and I just love how soft of a look the Distress inks give. I always find that the Distress oxides look a little harsher than what the inks look like. My opinion, so don't shoot me. I love how this looks. And I'm hoping that I will find something that I can use that with. So I have the 2 pieces. This is the new piece. This is the old piece, and I did use a little bit of extra on there as well. And I'm going to take the black paper away right now because I just don't like working on another piece of paper. I'm going to need my ruler. So this piece is just shy of 3 inches. So I'm going to make a line at 1/2 inch here and 1/2 inch there. And then on the other side, I'm going to do the exact same thing. So I'm just going to line it up. I have to do it like this because It is just a little less than half an inch here, so I don't want to get crooked lines. There we go. And I'm just going to draw a line from one to the other. Right there. I may just take another ½ inch. No, I may take a ¼ inch on either side. There we go. And put another line. That way we know for sure that we're lining everything up properly. I'm putting very soft lines down. I am not pushing down on my pencil. I am making the softest lines because I want to be able to erase them and not have any indents of the pencil. So I'll show you right there. So then I am going to grab this stencil . And I'm going to put the stencil right, I think right there. The inside round piece of the letters, line up. I had it everywhere. What the heck? Right there. Right there. No, it needs to come down a little bit more. And I think I can go up a little bit. Sorry, I don't mean to be difficult, but I do want to make sure that this is all lining up properly. And then I take my pencil, and very complicated part is I'm going to go around the inside of the stencil with my pencil. So I'm kind of using it as a template instead of a stencil. And it is wonderful how you can use your stencils in all these different ways. So it's a pretty quick and easy project, but it will be really cute, I think. I'm just trying. I'm not trying with tracing the stencil. That I do quite often. It is very straight and centered. So that is the bottom one. Now this one, I don't know if I want to use the other stencil or if I want to use this and just draw some gears out and color those in. But which ones do I want to use then? All right, let's start tracing. I think I am going to use the combination of these three, and I'm going to stencil in here instead of coloring. And I'm going to start with the peacock feathers. Okay, and I want the speckled egg. And I'm just gonna go over it again. It doesn't hurt. And then I'm going to use the antique linen. And I'm using these instead of my brushes because I'm not sure how much coverage the brushes are going to do on watercolor paper. And I do know how much the sponges do. My brown brush, there'll be enough on here to just fit in the numbers. And just give it that little bit of extra darkness. There we go, much better. So I have two that need to be colored in. So I'm going to do it fairly similar as before. However, I am going to outline everything first. So I'm going to start right here with a black gel pen. This one is waterproof. It is a Uniball Vision. To do the exact same thing with the Create. right, so I've got both of them done now. So now it's just a question of coloring it. And I have a whole bunch of different colors here in front of me. I have both Inktense and I have Tombow markers in little batches. Probably like right around the C, and then I'll blend it towards the lighter color. Okay. This is fairly quickly. I don't have to spend a lot of time doing this. I know how I want to do it. I know what I want it to look like. I'm going to be pretty much on a roll. So you can tell, like, I didn't color the whole thing in. I am only coloring it now with the water brush so that the ink is a little lighter than what it actually comes out of the marker with. There we go. It's very simple, but it's a pretty cute technique. And then once this is completely dry, I'll go over it with glossy accents and it'll just pop up. So I'm going to do pretty much the same thing right here. I may use my Inktense pencils as well though. All right, this one needs to dry, so we'll just let it dry. This one is ready to go. So I'm going to take the glossy accents. Oh, can you see? Probably not. I can, and it looks really cool. So that just needs to dry as well. And you can't use a heat gun on glossy accents, so that doesn't work. This needs to dry. I'm going to use the heat gun, and then we're going to go to the next step. So all I'm going to do now is I'm going to put some accents on here, and it's pretty easy, like some dots and some stripes, just to give it a little depth. Simple. I didn't do an awful lot to it, but it did pick it up a little bit, and it just gives it a little pizzazz. I don't know. I do want to use the gold pen a little bit here, maybe. I think I want to color this piece gold. I do want a few gold accents. I think it looks amazing to have some gold in there. Here. You can doodle in these spaces as well, which is really cool. That makes for a really cool effect. All right. I said it yesterday in my video, or another day in my video. I can keep going and going and going, and there's just no stopping. So I'm going to cut this down to size. See? Ta-da! Okay, so I'm going to glue this down onto here. And I'm going to use the 3-in-1 because it's a little, like this is heavier than what the cardstock is, so I want it to really be attached. And watercolor paper is not always the easiest to glue down on things. And I'm going to turn it around so that I am lining it up right here in front of me, and I don't have to go all the way over the table. Okay. Yes, I did splatter, and the paper was on there. You can hear the watercolor paper not liking to be glued down at the edges. It is lined up, but I don't know why it's perfectly lined up on the edges. So I don't understand how it can be crooked here. Well, it is what it is. It is glued down already. Okay, so I just cut around the round edges. There we go. So this one is going to go right over top, and you can see it matches, or like that. It matches, not because the design is the same, because it's absolutely not, but because the colors are the same. So it's going to go just like that. I'm going to round the corners, and then I'm going to ink around the edges with black ink. Do I want this little one? No, I want the bigger one. There we go. Just grabbing my black soot. My distress ink black soot, not soot. Soot. Black soot. Not the archival. There. And then I have to decide where I want to put this and how I want to do this. Do I want the whole design to be somewhat behind this so it kind of pops out? I think I like it just kind of popping out. I do. Let me just make a pencil mark where I decided that I want to have this end up. I'm not, I am going to glue all the way around it just for sturdier sake. And because this is a fairly deep pocket, it's okay. Try not to get glue on the table. I just remembered that I'm not supposed to glue on this. There we go. I like how that looks. And then I'm going to round the corners anyway, and I'm going to ink around it. I'll be careful. Famous last words. I just want to finish the project and then it can dry properly. It needs something, but I think I know what I want to put on there. So I'm just going to ink. That already helps a lot. And I'm just going to stencil a little bit on here, just to give it a little bit extra. I want very, very faint impressions on there and just around the edge. So it is doing it. It's very faint. Maybe I can put some gears on here as well. Where's my little jar? My little jar of gears. Put the two together. That would be cute. I know exactly what I want to do. I'm going to use the glossy accents to attach the little sparkles. That is cute. It gives a little sparkle. I may put a few more on there. And I want my 3-in-1. Where did I put it? Right here. And I'm going to put the gears right here in the center of the C. And that one right over top of it. That is cute. And this glue grips a bit better than the Glossy Accents does. I want a couple right along here, right along that A, right on the bottom, just to balance things out. And that's way too much glue, but that's okay. There we go. Can you see all the sparkles? They're pretty cute. I got glue everywhere now, so that's a shame, but it'll work. Right on here. Just like that. Just gonna glue all the way around the edge. Sorry, I figured I'd zoom you out so you could actually see what I was doing. And we're going to glue this down. And make sure that it lines up. Definitely sturdy. Oh, I found another sparkle. Probably because they're stuck to my fingers. One right in the center of the loop of the R. I think she's attached. She's very solid. So I'm going to cut the edges off and punch the holes in. And I'm going to say that this project is done. I hope you enjoyed this. Well, if you made it all the way to here and you weren't enjoying it, I'm not quite sure what to tell you. It's hard to see black on black. When you're trying to cut the black paper away and there's black underneath it, it's really hard to see what you're doing. I am very pleased with it. Actually, I am very pleased with every project that I've put out so far. You know, it's always a gamble on what you're going to do, especially when you're not making prototypes. Right? I was kind of flying by the seat of my pants, and every time I get kind of a cool project because I somewhat have in mind what I want to do. But I don't exactly know it. So I will take pictures and put them at the end again. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and please give me a thumbs up. It helps me a lot in growing my channel. It is showing me that people are liking my videos, and that I'm not just creating them for the sake of creating them. Okay, so this prompt was words. Nailed it, I have a word. And tomorrow's prompt is lace. Now I have a big box full of beautiful vintage lace, so I think I can do something with that. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up. It helps me with my channel. It shows me that you are enjoying what I'm doing here, and I'm not just creating for the sake of creating. If you have any comments or any suggestions on what else I can do, please let me know, and I will continue doing what I like doing if you're not telling me what you like to see. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you want to see what I am going to do with a whole bunch of vintage lace. Thanks for watching. Have a lovely day. Bye.